our guests today to respond to, na definitely zitajibiwa. So I had mentioned that our guest is a model, but I had left out one very important detail. Our guest today is called Michelle Njeri. She is a commercial model and a runway model as well. Currently, the holder of the title Miss Uasin Gishu County. So, guys, you can see the kind of people we bring to Talanta MKU, people who can impact you. So this lady, like, she's a great lady, like I said. She's a very beautiful, talented, multi-talented young lady. Someone who's trying to impact in young people's lives. So if you are a model or you aspire to be one, be sure to tune into these conversations, listen to what she has to say and what she has to tell you about modeling and basically what the modeling career entails, all right? So right about now, people, help me welcome the beautiful Michelle Njeri. Take your mic. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Welcome to Talanta MKU.
Thank you.
It's such an honor to have you.
Thank you.
So I know you. We all know you around here, but there's some of our viewers who probably do not know who you are. So in very few words, who is Michelle? I believe that's your camera.
Hello, people. My name is Michelle Njeri, and as I said, I am someone who's been here. But for the people who don't know me, my name is Michelle Njeri Dairu. I am a runway model. I'm also a commercial model, and I'm also aspiring to be on high fashion model, and I'm honored to be here.
Thank you very much for being here. The entertainment industry, I believe modeling is also part of the entertainment industry.
It is.
When did you realize that you actually wanted to become a model and get into this very beautiful industry?
Actually, ever since I was small, I knew this is something I wanna do. I remember the first runway I was in was when I was in Uasin Gishu primary school. And I remember I was a very petite girl. I used to be very petite, and I used to love myself. But for some reason, the topic about body issue and also self-esteem started when you're also small, and somehow I had supportive friends, and I remember they told me, Michelle, can you just try modeling? And I remember I went to my class teacher and I told my class teacher, do you think I look like a model? Because I used to admire so much about modeling. And I went to my class teacher and I told her, and she was like, yeah, I feel like you can be a model. And surprisingly, that was the first time we were holding Miss UG Primary School. They were holding, we were calling it a fashion show. And so my teacher was like, Michelle, can you try this? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to try it. And remember, I was in class 5. So I was competing with also students who were also in class 6. At that time, we were calling it class 5, class 6, class 7, class 8. And of course, for some reasons, maybe you might think, she's a small girl, she won't win. And magically, I won. Amazing. I won Miss UG Primary, yeah. And that's how my passion started. I was like, this is something I want to pursue.
You have mentioned something about not being confident in your body, and confidence is something that most people lack when it comes to their physical appearance. It could be their body size, it could be their, what do we call it, the skin tone, you know. So how did you deal with that to a point that you're now very confident in your body and you love yourself this much? Someone dealing with low self-esteem issues because of their physique, what would you tell them?
When we talk about body type and also let's just say the topic about loving ourselves, because I don't understand why, like, some people feel like there's a certain type of a body that you're supposed to be known to be perfect. And most of the time, you get criticized maybe because you're thin, you're slim. And what made me more confident is the fact that when I step on that stage and I smile, it's me telling them, you know what, I love my body, I love myself, I love my skin, and I love being a petite person also. And it's also to the young girls, because for some, there's some stories back that there was a girl who committed suicide because she was being molested and also being harassed by fellow students, saying maybe you look bad, you don't look good, and sometimes it gets into your head.
Yeah, true.
So like when you become a model, or you can venture into something that advocates for body positivity. But as for me, I decided to be on the runway, on the stage. When I wear those heels, when I smile to people, when I do that pose, it's me telling you it is okay and it is fine to be you. It is fine, completely.
Amazing, amazing. That is such an inspiring thing. I mean, most young people suffer from very many issues. I mean, it is very overwhelming also being a young person in the society today. So, positivity, you can take that from her. Positivity. Love yourself, no matter your skin tone, no matter your body size, no matter how you look like, that is you. Accept yourself and love yourself. The world won't have any other choice than to just accept you how you are. Now, Michelle, moving on, when did your breakthrough come in modeling? I mean, you started modeling, you became Miss Uasin Gishu Primary School, and then what was the first big runway you were on? Major runway.
Um, I can say that I have not really broken the record of being like there. I've not reached there yet, because my modeling journey is still continuing. But what I can say, I was privileged to be on the runway of Miss Teen Universe Kenya.
Amazing.
And that's why I'm wearing Miss Teen Universe Uasin Gishu. And I feel like it was an experience all through. I stayed there for like 4 months during the boot camp and everything. And it taught me also a lot. So I can say that was the first major runway that I was able to compete at. And yeah, and we are continuing with it.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. That is such a big platform to be on.
It is.
Miss Teen Universe. So if you want to be a model, what would you tell, as we proceed, what would you tell someone who's skeptical or scared about venturing into modeling?
Believe in yourself. I feel like, I won't lie, modeling is not just an easy thing. You know, I hear people say it's just you going there, walking, smiling, being beautiful, makeup. It's not all of that. To be a model, you also have to have a purpose. For example, I am a model. I am Miss Teen Uasin Gishu, and ever since I started, I've been advocating for mental health awareness. There's also fellow models who advocate for women empowerment. So you have to have a purpose of why you are competing or why you are joining modeling. Because it's not also easy. You know, you will meet people there who are maybe taller than you, who are skinnier than you, who feel maybe they look like a model than you. So it has to be in you. You just have to tell yourself, I am a model, and regardless of anything I have, you just have to be strong. Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Like, if you want to start today. Guys, fun fact, I tried modeling and I quit. I got blisters on my feet. It's not easy. It's not just walking. Yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Sorry, guys. Every beautiful thing has challenges, definitely.
True.
So, what are some of the challenges that you have faced ever since you began your modeling journey?
Let me start by saying modeling is very expensive. It is very expensive. The challenges I faced, first of all, I have said, it's expensive, first of all. And also, it requires you to give it time. Like modeling is, if I may use it, it's very selfish with your time. It wants you to focus on it. So sometimes if you're multitasking, it may be hard, and you may focus on it more than the other things. Yeah.
So now that you have mentioned that you're also a student, have there been instances where your academics suffered because of your modeling career?
Yeah, yes, definitely. This is my last semester and I'm going for attachment. Last semester was when I was competing for Miss Teen Universe. And I remember I struggled so much with cuts and also coming to class. And I remember my friends in school were like, Michelle, you don't even come to class. Where were you and education kidogo? And I was like, how do I even explain to you guys? And I'm trying to come to class nowadays. I am trying, but their mentality, my friends are like, umekuja leo. And I'm like, yeah, but modeling really takes your time. So last semester, yes, I was competing on that big runway and I left some units. And yeah, but I don't regret. I don't regret.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing, amazing. One major issue that women or like the female gender in the entertainment space have had is getting advances from male counterparts, senior male counterparts. Like an example is female artists getting advances, getting, am I allowed to use this word, sexual advances? Like very inappropriate, yeah, inappropriate advances from producers, or like an artist getting inappropriate advances from casting directors. Have you experienced that from the senior male people in your field?
Um, this, I won't deny that, yes, there are some who will want to use or take advantage of you because they feel like you can do anything to achieve your dreams. And once again, if I'm to advise also models, do research on that pageant you want to join, do research on that high fashion you want to join. There are some pageants which I would not recommend. And I feel like when you got there, for a long time, modeling has been sold out to be a very, let's say, cheap hobby. You have to, women models, and also, let's say, bad morals are being associated. That is because of the scandals that have happened before. And I believe that it is not that. I can say I joined modeling because I want to show people that it is okay to be petite, it's okay to be a woman, it's okay to be comfortable with whatever you wear. So you have to go there with your morals. If you don't go there with your morals, you'll fall.
What are some of the qualities that you think someone needs for them to actually be a model? Aside from just being petite and being tall and being able to walk in heels, what are some of the qualities that you think are really important for someone who wants to join the modeling industry?
Well, right now, modeling industry is changing. Um, Before, we used to say that models have to be slim, they have to have a certain type of shape. Also, the face, you have to look like this, your nose has to look like this. But right now, also curvy people are being given a chance to be in modeling. And this should, this talks a lot because now they're looking at your character as a model, as a queenly. Do you have this queenly nature in you? Because to be honest, there's someone who can have all the qualities. You can walk well, you can talk well, you can, but deep inside, you're not like devoted. That's why we have things like going out there, serving the people on the streets, going to children homes, helping those kids, um, working with also hospitals, going there, donating something to those cancer students. There are people who can't do that, but they claim they are queens. So now they look at what is inside you, what you have to offer. They don't even look at the beauty standards nowadays. So it is changing. Yeah.
Amazing. So if you think that you can be a model just because you're tall,
Yeah, it
you're
is changing.
slim, and you can walk in heels, think again, lovely people. And it is quite commendable. Let me just say it is quite commendable because in the whole entertainment industry, I feel like models are the only people who actually give back to the society openly, and they do it without being pushed. For artists and actors and hosts and we need to do better, guys. Giving back to the society is a very important thing, and it's quite. What projects have you worked on, like community CSR activities?
Um, what project have we worked on? I don't know. We've visited a lot of places. I can't like specify
As
one.
Miss Teen Uasin Gishu, right?
Yeah, together with my crew, we have visited a lot of places. So we
And-
have done a lot of things: tree planting, um, visiting children's homes. So we've done those things. Yes.
And what are there like any other projects you have for this year, perhaps, as the year progresses?
Okay, I am Miss Teen 2025, 2026. Miss Teen Uasin Gishu 2025, 2026. And so my reign is almost over. Yes. So there will be a new Miss Teen Uasin Gishu this year. Yes. So that was 2025 project, and I'm also now.
Okay. So if you want to be Miss Teen, it's almost empty. Miss Teen Uasin Gishu.
Yeah.
It's sorry about that, guys. What is that one thing that you did not know about yourself, but joining modeling, you have been able to discover about yourself?
I can say a major part of me really lacked to be outspoken. I can say I'm shocked how when I've joined modeling, I speak a lot about my mind. And it has helped me a lot because this is a world where if you don't speak your mind, if you don't speak about who you are, if you don't speak about what you believe in, it's a problem. Yeah. So I feel like it has helped me a lot because I have been able to say, this is what I stand for, this is what I believe in, and this is what I'm going to do. And that is my stand. Yeah. I can say that is what has helped me in modeling.
Okay. How do you prepare for the pageants? They're called pageants, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How do you prepare for your pageants?
For my pageants, I can say training, because again, I say it's not only walking alone. You have to know the steps because as like in education also, there are things that you are a pro at, but if you don't practice, you end up forgetting it. So first of all, you train. Also, your wardrobe has to look like model like. You know, there are things that you cannot wear. There are things that you can wear as a model, and also how to the Q&A. We call it the Q&A. That is question and answer. You visit some videos online and you look at how you're supposed to answer questions because you're not supposed to just answer like that questions.
Yeah.
Like for example, when I'm asked something about women empowerment, I say thank you very much for the question, and then you say about women empowerment. There's a certain way you have to talk. So that is what happens throughout the competitions. There's also boot camp where now they get to know you as an individual. Yeah, they get to see you. There's also your social media. You have to filter it. They have to know if you're photogenic, if you are flexible, if they monitor you. You see, yeah, so.
Yo, that is quite great insight for those who want to become models, of course. Do you feel you're at a point where you can start training people if someone would want to probably be trained by you?
No, honestly, no. I don't feel I have reached that level of training others. But I can train, but I feel like I still have some more years.
Okay, so you still, it's okay, it's all good.
Yeah,
She's an amazing model, guys. I believe you watched when we were starting. She's a great model. You're a great model and a
Thank
beautiful
you.
personality as
Thank
well.
you.
So, moving on, rejection matters. Rejection, and you win some, you lose some, and someone might feel discouraged and disoriented if they lose or fail to. How are you people ranked if they fail to win? I guess. How do you deal with rejection? Because I believe there's some pageants that you have competed in and you probably did not become the miss.
True.
So how do you deal with that?
So, first of all, the reason why I said I'm not ready yet because this is my second pageant, and my first pageant I lost. Yeah, it was a pageant that was. it was somehow local, but it was known, but I lost. And I remember that was the most painful thing I have ever felt. And I remember I cried. And again, I had to just talk to myself and say, it doesn't mean that I'm less of a queen because I didn't have the crown. I had to tell myself that being a queen isn't defined by crown. And that is where I started like returning back again. You just have to talk to yourself. That's why I told you, you have to have it in you, knowing that you are a model. Yeah. It has to be a passion.
Are there some models that you look up to right now and you just like, I would want to be like this person?
Sure. Our very own, the former Miss MKU, Awanda Mercy. I look up to her. I like the way she conducts herself. Our very own Miss MKU. And she's also Miss UK First Princess. So, yeah, also Zawadi, she's also Miss Cosmo. I like those girls. And I would really like to reach the level where they are. And I've seen the Instagram. They started when they were not that professional. And now they are representing Kenya globally. And yeah, I would like to reach where they have.
If you do not know who Mercy Awanda is, you should check her out. She's also an amazing lady with a very beautiful personality. She was the former Miss Mount Kenya University. And those are some of the, the products that come out of Mount Kenya University. If you're a student, I keep on saying this, if you're a student or you know a student who's looking for a university to join, Mount Kenya University is the place to be. I mean, look at the people we have. Miss Teen Uasin Gishu County. We have Miss Awanda, Miss UK First Princess. You understand? We have very beautiful people. We do not just groom you as a student, we also groom you to become greater than just your certificate. So if you have any talent that you would want to be nurtured, come to Mount Kenya University. We unlock infinite possibilities. Beautiful people. Now, fashion and modeling. Do they go hand in hand?
Yes, they go hand in hand. Though I can say modeling is wide. The modeling maybe some people know is that one where you catwalk. And also, yeah, it is working, but in pageantry, they look at you being queenly, the way you put your shoulders, the way your hands go, the way your legs go, the way you smile. In high fashion, you're not supposed to smile. Your work matters and you're not supposed to look, sassy. You're not supposed to be like that in high fashion. And then there's also commercial models. And there's also Instagram models. So modeling is wide. Yeah.
So now that you have mentioned that, kindly take us through the difference between commercial modeling, runway modeling, high fashion modeling, and Instagram modeling.
Okay, Instagram modeling is where a model decides to showcase how her photos are. You look like a model. You don't go there on stages. You just look good on your pictures. And I think most people, most influencers are Instagram models. And then now there's runway models. What I do now, you go on stages. It is a competition where if you win, maybe if it is an international pageant, you represent Kenya globally. And now there's high fashion model where you showcase the outfits. They don't look at how you look. They don't look at your beauty. They don't look at your skin tone. You were there to showcase maybe a product or a beauty or a not a beauty, no, clothes. Yeah, so high fashion does not really go into details. You just walk, no smiling, nothing. Yes.
Commercial modeling?
Commercial modeling is an international model, sort of. Yeah. It is same as an international model.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you know the difference. Before you decide to be a model, please decide what you want to do. Do not say you want to become a high fashion model and you're modeling like a runway model, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had asked the question on whether fashion and modeling go together. Let me elaborate a bit. Do you feel like to be a model, you have to be a fashionista? Do you have to be stylish for you to be a model?
Um, I can say modeling focuses on your creativity. So yes, you have to have a certain sense of fashion. I can be a model, and there's also this category of traditional wear or creative wear. That is where you're given an opportunity as a runway model or a high fashion model to showcase what your creativity is. So yes, you have to have a high sense of fashion, and also to be able to maneuver in certain events, because also as a model there are events like the latest event was L'Oreal. Models were there and also influencers, and there was a theme, so you have to go along with your creativity to be able to showcase. So yes, fashion, yes, you have to have a sense of fashion to be in modeling. Yes.
You have to have some sense of
Yes.
fashion to be able to be in modeling. Now, earlier you had mentioned something about, when you're in boot camps and they constantly check your social media platforms and matters branding. Let us talk matters branding. As someone who wants to become a model, what should their social media pages look like? When you open their pages, what should be displayed on the pages, the social media platforms?
Okay, let me talk about runway model. So when we are in our boot camps, what they check is part of what they check is also your social media. It is also believed that for you to have also followers, you have to be an entertainer, and you also have to be friendly with cameras, and also be open with social media. And that is what they are looking for as a pageant, someone who can be able to showcase and also be able to rise the name of the pageant. So you have to be you have to talk. First of all, there has to be a video of you talking, explaining yourself, expressing yourself. They have to see how you talk, and also they have to see your pictures. There's a certain quality of pictures they look for. They also look for if you have ever collaborated with any other, um, let's say, products, or you've been able to achieve something big. They look at that. So that is a plus to you. And also in bootcamp, they now look at how you interact with your because this is a competition, remember?
True.
And you can see someone and say that, she looks like someone who can take the crown from me. So now they look at how you are going to interact. Are you mean? Are you accommodating? Are you friendly? Are you happy for others? Are you willing to train others even though maybe the crown won't fall in your hands? Are you willing to have teamwork? So they look at that also. So yes, that is what they look for.
Okay, so just like any other field in the entertainment industry, branding is very important. What I've gotten from her is, as a model, check whatever you post. You have to be engaging, interactive, right?
True.
If you work with the brands, post it there. You never can tell. So modeling is a very competitive industry.
Very.
What keeps you moving? What makes you just wake up each day and still choose modeling as a career for you?
I can say if you believe you have some uniqueness in you, that is what we are looking for. As um, allow me to say this, I was also privileged to be the coordinator of Miss Friendship, and it was also nice, considering the fact that I'm also a model, and also now what they're looking for. You asking?
I asked why you decide to be in this competitive.
Or why I decided to be in this
why you still choose modeling every day,
why
despite
I
it being
still choose.
competitive.
I believe that there's some uniqueness that I have that maybe someone else doesn't have, and that is what they look for in when you go for your boot camp. Sorry, when you go for your boot camp. So what makes me, because there are bigger models than me.
True.
There are bigger models who have their names, and I do believe that there are some things that maybe they don't have that I have, and yeah, it's just believing in myself.
So when people see you walking on those stages, all we see is a very calm, collected, coordinated, beautiful young lady just showcasing herself and walking with grace. What are behind the scenes that people don't see? Like some of the things that happen behind the scenes, the prep and everything that just makes you almost go crazy. But people don't see that because people just see the calm and very graceful person walking on stage.
I can say anxiety. You know, it's not easy. You know, when you walk there and you see there are a lot of 50 people there looking at you, cheering or smiling, and anxiety is something that attacks a lot of models on stage. And it's not easy to compose yourself.
True.
Yeah, it's not easy to because they usually say even if you miss a step, just go forward. Just don't even show the judge that you've missed a step. That is not part of your confidence. Yeah.
Okay. So, what are some of the misconceptions that people have about modeling?
One, that it is an easy career. It is not. It is very hard. Two, it is associated with immorality. Yeah, that is a second misconception, which is very wide, especially maybe to parents who are deeply into the traditional way. It's hard for you to tell them, you know, and I love modeling, and it's not because I want to expose myself, and it's not because I just want to show them in working form that I can be able to achieve this. So it's not easy to like explain to someone that modeling is not about immorality or anything. And again, another misconception is you have to be beautiful to be a model. No, it's not like that. No, it's not that you have to be beautiful. No. I say they look at your morals. Yes. So it is not an easy career.
Some people are probably going to come for me for asking this, but just allow me satisfy my curiosity. There have been issues online of people saying that the models that are taken by these high-end brands to work with them, for example, Paris Fashion Week and New York Fashion Week, from Africa, the models from Africa are usually those that are not so good looking. Sorry, guys. I am very sorry for putting it this way. For lack of a better way to put it, like people usually say that these white people take people who are not so good looking or dark in complexion. Black is very beautiful. Again, black is very beautiful. But to depict Africa in such a manner that, you know, this is what Africans look like. What is your take on that?
You've said they're picking models who don't look much
Not
beautiful.
in my words, please. This is something
Or
that
the assumption.
these are debates that have been on social media. That the models that are taken to this very big events, modeling gigs in the States are usually not so good looking models. Yeah. So, and people assume it's because that is how the whites want to depict Africa and to show people that this is what Africans look like. What is your take on that? Do you think that is what is happening? Do you think that is the case?
Honestly, no. I do not believe that is the case. We have a very good international model, Anokia. She's dark in complexion. We also have, I've forgotten her name, but they're from Sudanese.
Yeah, true.
And they are very tall. So I feel like for the whites, now they choose a model. They don't, according to how they like it, because for them, they don't look at your face. They now look at your physique and they now follow the old way of how a model is supposed to look like. So I don't believe that they want to make Africa look a certain way. I don't believe that. Yeah.
Okay. So you had mentioned about the misconceptions that people often have about the modeling industry. In that regard, what are some of the changes that you would want to see happening in the modeling industry?
I believe what I'm going to speak about is the change that I want to see in modeling industry in Kenya. There has been a challenge of now the crown queen giving the title maybe to the first runners up or the second runners up. And I have seen online that some models are saying we need to have equality, we need to give even other people a chance, because the more they give, it's like inheriting.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's like a king giving it to the son, and then the son giving it to their son. So I feel like there has to be a change in that for our industry to be, because there are very good models out here, but they're not being able to given the chance. So I feel like we need to be open as a modeling industry. And also, there was something that happened with our former Miss Universe Kenya. She's called Irene Ngendo. Irene went out there, and her national costume was not, maybe for people, it wasn't reaching the standards of being a Miss Universe, and she received a lot of criticism. So I believe there are some countries where if their miss go there, even if she goes there with a costume that looks like a teddy bear or something, they will support her, regardless of what. So I feel like we need to change that as Kenyans. Even if our queen goes there, because you don't know what, it's a foreign land, and she needs to be there and being supported. But when every time she looks at her social media, she's being criticized of maybe a national costume, a dinner wear, and she's from Kenya, that is something that we need to stop for us to go far.
And I believe this is a problem that Kenyans just have in general.
Exactly.
The entertainment industry, even artists, still go through the same problem. Kenyans have a problem with supporting their own, and I wonder when it will end. Kenyans are so quick to support foreign people and embrace whatever is being given out from other parts of the world, but when it comes to supporting their own, that is where they draw the line. I feel like Kenyans need to do better, honestly. From me to you, you need to do better. Support your own. I mean, if you do not support them, who will? Anyway, moving on. As a model, is there a particular designer or brand that you are really looking forward to working with, or you would want to work with in the future?
Again, now that's a challenge. I think I should have answered that in the problems I've faced. There are not a lot of designers in Kenya.
True.
When you compare designers from Nigeria or South Africa, or I'm not criticizing my country, but
Totally understandable.
the designers are not there. The quality of dinner wears, the quality of national costume does not match that of Nigerians, that of South Africans. Even Tanzania has come to beat us. Yeah, even Tanzania has come to beat us. We don't have a lot of designers, and I feel like, again, that is what is pulling us down in the modeling industry. Even artists, our own artists.
True.
Kate
Our
Actress
celebrities.
Kate Actress has to go to, she went to, I think, South Africa to get her Bridgerton wear. And I feel like that speaks a lot. There is no designers in Kenya, perfect designers, or I can say professional ones. Yeah.
And it is very sad.
It is sad.
We see our celebrities going to events and you're like, no, we can do better. If you want to become a designer, please come and save us. Because people turn up to events and they look so shady. The vision is there, but it's blurry. You understand? We're doing terribly in the fashion industry. Terribly as Kenya. We need to do better as Kenyans. It's embarrassing. Even Tanzania. And we're calling ourselves the what? The capital of Africa. What an embarrassment. We need to do better as a nation in terms of fashion and how we, put ourselves out there. Because now, when our celebrities meet up with celebrities from other nations, they look like influencers. Yet back here at home, they're like actual celebrities. I'm just saying, don't come for me, people. Do not come for me. How do you build your personal brand as a model? How do you ensure, you stay on track as a model and you do not stay stagnant or stay in one position, but you keep moving forward and building yourself and growing yourself as a model?
As models, what you can do to keep yourself going is going on photo shoots. upgrading your portfolio. You know, when you make your Instagram full of pictures that maybe are portrait, full body, it's you building a portfolio. So when you, as a model, they say your Instagram shouldn't be stagnant, even TikTok. You should make people know that, you know what, I'm here and I'm continuing to evolve. You have to evolve in modeling. Yeah.
Do you think modeling has influenced how people perceive beauty and how people see beauty?
100%. I feel like, yes, modeling has influenced how people should perceive beauty. And it's coming to think about it is actually sad, because we are preaching here that you need to like love yourself, because each and every person has their own type of beauty. And we can say maybe it's because of some few like maybe pageant because there are pageant which they prefer a light skinned girl, a dark skin complexion, and when you go to competitions they will choose that exactly what they want. And maybe you may feel like maybe if I should have been light skin, I should have gotten this, question your skin tone, question your beauty. It is actually sad, but I feel like it has somehow influenced the beauty standards qualification.
If you would model on one platform or one place in the whole world, if you got an opportunity to choose one platform to model on, what would it be?
If I am given a wish and I'm told, Michelle, I want you to walk on one runway, it will be Victoria's Secret.
Victoria's Secret.
Yes, I would love to walk there, because you see now, the last event they opened with a pregnant woman. That speaks a lot. It shows that you are a model and you are able to give life and you're able to be given an opportunity to be on the runway. Yeah, because it's a discrimination when they say, you've given birth, no, you're no longer a model. Yeah. It is a discrimination. So if you see, that is how they're opening the show, with a pregnant lady who's able to showcase and stand tall and be able to say, I'm giving life and I'm also doing what I want. I would like to be on that platform.
Very beautiful. Now, fear and lack of confidence is one thing that most people suffer from, especially people who are new in the industry. So for someone who is going for their very first competition, a very first pageant, what advice would you give to them?
The advice that I wish I was given, even when I was competing for Miss Universe, it was like, believe in yourself. That is just what I want to say, because I said even earlier, there are people who think, there are models who think maybe they are better models than others. So it is up to you to show them, you think you're a better model, also I'm a better model. So, yeah. So believe in yourself. Believe that you have all the qualification and standards. Confidence should be top key. That's why I'm saying that curvy people are also being given the opportunity to be on the runway, to showcase then say that it's not about beauty, it's not about my body, it's about me being able to walk and me being able to show you that I can do it. So believe in yourself and just hold your head high. Exactly.
Amazing. Believe in yourself. Go there, walk. You never know how things might go. Now, let us come back to fashion a bit. Fashion is something that changes constantly. Today, we are wearing blocked heels. Tomorrow, we are wearing stiletto heels. What is one fashion trend right now that you actually enjoy or that impresses you?
In the modeling industry?
Not really in modeling, just fashion in general. Right now, one fashion trend that, you really like.
The fashion trend that I like, I think what I've always liked is people who are embracing the African culture, cornrows, the African hair, 4C type of hair, and also kitenge. Kitenge has always fascinated me. It has always been a thing. I feel like it's underrated, but it's something that has to be there. Yeah, that is what has always fascinated me about modeling and fashion.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Um, guys, we're coming to the end of these conversations, but like, I hope you've been able to answer most of your questions. I really do. And Michelle, also, thank you very much for coming. But what message would you like to share with young people who look up to you?
But the message I would like to show, to tell young people who maybe are looking up to me is that dreams are valid. Um, of course, there are a lot of obstacles. There are a lot of times where you look at yourself and you're like, is it really worth it? Am I really worthy of this runway? Am I really worthy of smiling even? Because mental health is also an issue. And people, it hurts to see that maybe a neighbor, a sister, a brother, a friend has killed themselves because of depression. And if we dig deep, depression is caused most likely from it's coming from self-love. People are lacking self-love. I need you to understand that love comes from within. People don't owe you happiness. They don't owe you happiness, and don't expect happiness from people. Don't expect too much from people, because at the end of the day, they say we are all human beings. So I believe if you have to survive in this world, you have to just be happy for yourself. You just have to go. You just have to believe I have it in me and I'm going for it no matter what. Yes.
Amazing. As we conclude this interview, what next for you in your modeling career? Now that you're just exiting your reign as Miss Teen Uasin Gishu County, what next?
I feel like what is next for me is just more international runways. Yes, I will be, maybe at the end of the year, I will be joining another pageant where I'll be on the runway. But yeah, it's my second year in modeling, so I'm still new. Yeah, that's why I said I don't believe I am qualified yet, but I can walk on runways. So I feel like more of runways to me. Yes.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you very much for joining us, Michelle. It
Thank
has
you.
been a lovely session with you. I believe the young models have been enlightened to some extent. You can give your social media platforms for, yes, anyone who would like to follow you or like have conversations with you, probably via your DMs.
Hey guys, my name is Michelle Njeri, and if you want to follow my modeling journey on all social media platforms, my name is Mademoiselle Dairu on IG, on Instagram. I'm only in those two platforms. So if you want to join me and in my modeling career, you can find me there. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So now, because you're a model, I mean, you cannot just exit like that. Wah. Our DJ will play a song for you, you know, just showcase your craft here for a while, like some few seconds, and then you exit. Once the music comes up, ready when you are. Once again, thank you very much for joining us.
I
I've
appreciate.
really had insights that I did not know about modeling. I might just get back into modeling again as a plus size model.
Please do. There is also Miss Chubby Kenya.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Okay. I will join. Like I was saying, guys, I tried modeling. I got blisters on my feet. And that was just after going for training for like a week. It's not easy. Msidhani ni kutembea tu. Where? It's not easy. Ni kama huyu DJ wetu ataenda home, guys. Ni kama he's gonna be fired after this. Guys, we are very so atukuangi hivi. I mean, is there anything you'd like to tell your viewers as we wait for, yeah, your like last comments, perhaps?
What I would like to say to my supporters and also my friends, because I remember when I was competing for Miss Teen Universe, it was quite interesting. I remember you on my comment also.
Yeah.
The love meant a lot. Also, I got the love from my high school teachers. You can imagine your chemistry teacher who used to feel like where you're not getting anything and they're like, Michelle, go for it. And I felt so nice. I felt so nice. A lot of my classmates here, they were like so supportive. And I feel like I need you all in my journey next time because I'm going back to pageantry very soon. Yes.
Amazing, amazing. So I believe the music is ready.
Best thing in the world. Never change for anybody else in brown skin, girl. Your skin just like pearl. The best thing in the world.
I never trade you for anybody else singing.
She says she really grew up poor like me. Don't believe in nothing but the Almighty. Just a little jeans and a pure whitey. She never dream forever be nobody wifey. Yeah. She wanna mean a pretty but your heart is a miss. Play you like a villain cause she caught in a way. Tonight I am walking away. 9 to 5 mine and I grind, yeah. Tonight I might fall in love. Depending on how you hold me. I'm glad that I'm calming down. Can't let no one come control me. Keep dancing and call it love. She fights it by falling slowly. If ever you are in doubt, remember what mama told me. Brown skin girl, your skin just like pearls. You're back against the world.